Welcome to Season 3 of the Knack for Business podcast. Over 250 episodes strong, we're here to ignite your entrepreneurial spirit with fresh insights, networking gems, and creative strategies that elevate your game. Are you ready to discover what your Knack for Business truly is? Your hosts are Bernie Fransgrote from Creative Insight and Wayne Pratt from Motivate You Inc. Are you struggling to break through growth barriers and achieve sustainable revenue, unsure if your strategy, sales processes, or market approach are truly maximizing your business's potential? You'll want to hear about our guest.
Today's topic is breakthrough success. Avoid these costly small business mistakes. Let's hear from our guest, Al Guvener from 12/7 Ventures. Al is a seasoned sales marketing executive and fractional chief revenue officer at 12/7 Ventures Inc., bringing over 30 years of experience from North America, Europe, and the Middle East. With a strong foundation in economics, IT security, Al combines strategic insight with technical expertise to drive revenue growth and business scaling. Known for his hands-on leadership, he has excelled in both B2C and B2B software sales, consistently exceeding targets and fostering impactful relationships with clients and partners. He loves traveling and meeting new people, and he plays the bass drum. Al, welcome, and how are you, sir?
Thank you so much. I am happy to be here.
What is your favorite quote or saying, and what's your business tagline, sir?
Don't ruin today by worrying about tomorrow. It's anonymous. I don't know who said that, but I love it. The reason being is Wayne is more into like psychology and coaching. And basically, so many of us, today's fast-paced world, so much concerned about what is going to happen tomorrow. I'm saying mindfulness, enjoy today. Tomorrow is uncertain. Our business tagline is focus on what matters.
I really like that. I can appreciate that because the squirrels will take you on a journey you can't come back from.
Yeah.
What took you down the path of becoming a chief revenue officer? That's something that's new to a lot of us. What is a CRO?
CRO is like chief revenue officers. My professional journey has been a blend of economics, IT security, and hands-on sales management across multiple regions, North America, Europe, and the Middle East. Starting with a bachelor's in economics, I quickly recognized how vital financial literacy and market understanding are to any business's success. IT security studies later reinforced my awareness of strategic importance of technology and its role in modern business ecosystems. Working in diverse markets gave me a unique perspective on cultural dynamics, which helped me adapt my approaches in sales and revenue strategy. As I hone skills in business development, managing sales teams and leading B2B and B2C initiatives, I became passionate about not just hitting targets, but developing scalable, structured revenue growth models that align with long-term goals. Becoming a chief revenue officer allowed me to leverage these skills fully, focusing on driving revenue growth through sustainable strategies and strong team leadership.
When I see an entrepreneur that fails, they often are designing a solution to their problem, which is fine unless it's a solution that involves one person. And the marketplace is exactly that big, one person. Tell me about crucial marketing research for startups.
Market research is essential for startups to accurately understand customer needs, gauge demand, and identify viable niches in a competitive landscape. On a tight budget, startups can conduct effective research by leveraging affordable tools and creative methods. For instance, online surveys using free or low-cost platforms like Google Forms provide valuable customer insights. Social media polls and groups are also excellent resources to gauge trends and gather feedback in real time. Tools like Google Trends and Keyword Planner help identify popular search terms related to a business, while competitive analysis of customer reviews on platforms like Amazon or Yelp reveals unmet needs. Gathering and analyzing this data allows startups to create tailored, value-driven offerings, maximizing their chances of success while keeping research expenses manageable.
So you're setting something up. This market research is really important.
Mhm.
That means you have to have a strategy in place. And most people just dive into it and then they realize, hang on, they've mapped things out ahead of time. How do you build out a strategy? How do you develop a solid strategy to get understand market research plays part of the game? How do you bring that to bear for somebody? If they come up and you go, hi, here's my shoebox of ideas. I know it's going to work. People are hungry for it. They like my tacos. I make great tacos. Now I'm going to get me a truck. And how do you make that strategy unfold so that you have a smooth journey?
So, for any business without a clear strategy, the first step is to define a clear mission, vision, and core values. As these act as guiding principles for decision making, I advise conducting SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, to better understand both the internal and external factors affecting the business. This analysis enables leaders to pinpoint strategic advantages and areas that need improvement. Next, market research is vital to grasp current demand, competitor positioning, and customer needs. With this groundwork in place, businesses can set specific, measurable goals aligned with their vision and define a roadmap with action steps to reach these targets. Regularly revisiting and adjusting these plans as the market or business condition evolves keeps the strategy dynamic and ensures that every team member is working towards common and measurable objective. Don't forget, nice strategy, good strategy is a live animal. You need to feed it regularly.
You mentioned something about SWOT. Does a person do SWOT by themselves or do they have a team around them? Do they, let's say they're a crew of 3 or 4 people. It's a solopreneur. Maybe they have partners. Who do you involve in a SWOT?
Some companies prefer external sources to do the SWOT analysis for them, but also internally can be done because there are templates and they use these templates and write it down their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it can be done external or using internal sources.
You're always worried about bias?
If it's internal,
Yeah.
because you're the employee or you're just the shareholder and then you think that I'm strong, but it's always nice to be done externally. Someone doesn't know your business and then just a third eye.
One thing I hear, businesses that fail, often the customer tried to tell them and no one was listening. How do you find that neglecting customer experience, and maybe with an example, can have long-term business successes or failures?
Neglecting customer experience can erode a brand's reputation, leading to customer churn, negative reviews, and missed referral opportunities, all critical to long-term growth. When customers feel undervalued or disappointed, they often voice these sentiments online, potentially deterring new customers. In contrast, businesses that prioritize customer experience build a loyal, satisfied customers base, which naturally generates positive word of mouth and repeat business. This loyalty is especially important in competitive markets where customers have many options. Delivering an excellent experience means going beyond resolving issues. It involves proactive engagement, anticipating needs, and seeking continuous feedback to improve. Businesses that embrace a customer-focused approach find that these investments yield significant returns, solidifying their reputation and enhancing long-term profitability.
How do you get that customer feedback? Is it the returns? Is it the survey says? Are you watching social media and you're seeing some negative reviews on Google, Facebook, LinkedIn? How do you pool this? What's the strategy behind that?
The answer is D, all of the above. You need to check Google reviews, see the comments left on your website or other social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you need to be like always in a timely manner, answer those negative comments, making sure that those are becoming positive ones as addressing their issues and concern. Most of the time, customers hate it when they are not being heard. So that's why they are going to social media. So before even these appears, make sure that your product satisfying their needs. Make sure that timely approach your existing clients and asking how they are doing, if they are happy with their products. So if not, solve the issue and make another happy customer.
Small business is trying to do a great deal, often with limited resources.
Mhm.
What are some signs that a company or a business might be overextending its resources, and how can they realign?
Yes, this is a very common issue. They're trying to solve the problem with the limited resources. Resource overextension typically manifests as declining quality, frequent missed deadlines, cash flow shortages, and high employee turnover due to burnout. Imagine you're working on several projects at a time, and then it's normal to miss some of those. These symptoms indicate that the business is attempting to handle more than it can sustain. To address this, businesses should conduct a thorough review of ongoing projects and initiatives and prioritizing those that align most closely with core objectives and revenue generation. It's helpful to implement regular reviews of both financial health and project performance to detect signs of strain early. Reallocation of resources to high impact tasks and postponement of lower priority initiatives can help realign focus. Moreover, cultivating a company culture that values rest, balance, and clear communication allow businesses to sustain productivity without overextending their team or finances.
Al,
By the way.
you've worked in North America, Europe,
Mhm.
and even the Middle East. Tell me about the differences. What are some cultural differences that jump out at you?
Even though every continent, every region just working for the same purpose, profit, or helping or serving clients, each area has different pluses, minuses, or cultural differences. Scaling strategies differ greatly between regions, often shaped by market conditions, cultural values, and regulatory environments. North American businesses are known for prioritizing rapid growth and innovation, frequently leveraging venture capital and tech driven solutions to scale quickly. European companies tend to focus more on sustainable growth, often emphasizing regulatory compliance and environmental responsibility due to robust regulations and consumer expectations. Meanwhile, businesses in the Middle East prioritize relationship based development, where partnership and trust building are fundamental to successful scaling. This often requires patience and adaptability, particularly in navigating government contracts and local partnerships. Understanding these regional nuances allows businesses to tailor strategies that respect cultural dynamics, optimize growth potentials. So that's why people like me who have experience in different regions understand the investor or business people needs and become a bridge between two, three cultures.
It almost sounds like being adaptable is a key function. You
Mhm.
mentioned earlier quality control's not there. You're taking on too much. You, you're like a terrier that's grabbed a hold of the back end of a rhino.
Yeah.
You're going to go for a ride if you're venturing into new markets. Adaptability is the most critical piece. How do you coach somebody? How do you help them say, listen, you're too rigid? Flux for this project, flux for this region, flux for this product. Your product's not doing well. Maybe you should flip it over. It's almost like doing a jujitsu move, right? Take the problem and flip it around and you have a success. How do you help them get there?
The thing is, people like us, executives or consultant or fractional officers, we are like we mentioned before, we are unbiased. Our main focus to make them successful and sustainable. But business owners has lots of different topics to cover. Sometimes they're missing the main point of their business, financial strains, employee issues, the like aging technologies are some of these. So businesses that fail to adapt to industry changes, such as new technology or evolving consumer preferences, can quickly lose relevance. For example, a retail company may struggle if it ignores the shift to e-commerce because everyone just buying online, but you just decide, no, I'm going to stay at my store only. While a software provider may fail behind if it fails to update its offerings in line with market trends. To foster adaptability, companies should instill a culture of learning and openness to change, encouraging team members to stay informed on industry developments. I know from past experience, some companies using older technology, which is dying, and they insist to continue thinking that this is the way they are doing business. The world has changed, but you continue to use 25 years old technology. It doesn't work that way. You have to adapt. So, as I said, you need to regularly review market trends, customer feedbacks, competitors' advancements, enable timely pivots in product development or marketing strategy. Because you're not doing something right with the marketing, then you just change your strategy. Or maybe the product not fitting the market, then you change the manufacturing or just bringing different product. By creating an agile and responsive organization, businesses can proactively address changes, stay competitive, and seize new opportunity as they arise.
One thing that I hear a lot when people talk about AI is we're not going to lay people off, we're going to upskill them. And I certainly hope that happens. How does a small business prioritize investing in talent, especially internal talent?
Talent is one of the most valuable assets for any company. And investing in hiring, training, and retaining skilled employees is essential for long-term success. However, businesses sometimes underestimate the cost of high turnover or fail to invest in employee development, which can stifle the growth. Imagine you hire an employee, learn the business in 3 to 6 months, and then you fire him and try to hire someone else another 3 to 6 months. These are valuable time of your business. Companies should prioritize creating a positive work environment, offering competitive compensation, and providing career advancement opportunities to retain top talent. Neglecting these areas often leads to disengaged employees and increased hiring costs. Investing in training and continuous learning helps employees grow with the company, boosting morale and productivity. Companies that prioritize their people as much as their profits see higher retention rates and stronger team cohesion, driving sustained growth. First your employees, then money.
Good focus. I think also then you mentioned it earlier. If you have a brick and mortar location, and now all of a sudden, hey, I've got to reach more people. You know, the TV ads have a certain utility, but that doesn't necessarily reach all your clients. If I sell something that's halfway around the globe, they're not going to watch the TV program here. They might want to watch it if it's been on the Super Bowl. Other than that, no. Right? And even then, you have to pay big bucks for that.
Exactly.
You have to have an online presence.
Definitely.
What is the importance of that online presence? How do you push out to reach people? Website I get, but what else do you have to do to have that online presence to make that happen?
I don't have specific numbers, but still in today's world, most businesses not understand the importance of digital online presence. You can still go door to door or cold calling, but the biggest driver is online presence, which is like digital marketing. And online presence is indispensable for all small businesses. Consistency across all digital platforms, including a professional website, active social media profiles, establishes credibility. Businesses should prioritize user-friendly website design, up-to-date content, and clear calls to action to guide customers. Engaging with customers through reviews, testimonials, and direct messages on social media creates a sense of accessibility and builds trust. Additionally, local SEO helps small businesses reach nearby customers effectively. When I search for marketing, Creative Insight is coming on the first page. Boom, then you're just getting organic leads and they're coming to get your service. But if you're not paying attention to SEO, and then people searching and you're on the 5th page, which I saw before with some clients, And then you're saying that why I don't have leads, and then blaming the sales folks. No, it's not the sales folk problem. This is the problem of your website. And it's not up to date, or it's not in line with today's requirement. By creating a cohesive online brand experience, businesses can attract a loyal customer base, increase visibility, and drive sales through digital channels, even on a limited budget.
You mentioned something about organic, and just for our audience, what is an organic lead versus inorganic?
The organic lead is just coming through. Word of mouth is organic. SEO is organic. Those are just coming. You are not paying for it. If it's inorganic, it's like Google Ads or Facebook Ads. You are paying for it. Organic, you are just basically, you do your best and then waiting. The customer just, when they search, they find you and they come to you and then fill out the form. These are organic ones.
Too bad spam people keep finding me that way. Figure a way to leverage the spam. Over to you, Wayne.
40 years ago, I started in life insurance. And when I asked about their sophisticated marketing technique, they handed me a phone book. Networking, and again, I met you in a networking club.
Yes.
Networking has replaced cold calling in many ways. Can you tell me
Exactly.
about how networking plays a role in business success and maybe offer some tips?
Interesting. Before I just get into this question, I almost 35 years ago, I was a student. I started to sell life insurance, Wayne. I didn't know that we are so connected.
Small world.
I still believe that networking and then seeing people face to face, handshake is the biggest part for the business success. Sometimes people try to connect you on LinkedIn, and then you say that you're in the same town. If you have time, let's go for a coffee. And then say, no, let's do Zoom call. If I have time, I go in person, handshake, and eye contact. This is important. Then I trust Wayne Pratt. Why? Because I met him. He's a great guy. We talk about our lives, stuff you cannot cover on Zoom calls or online meetings. Networking is a powerful tool for business success, opening doors to partnership, potential clients, and valuable insights. Sometimes you get tips from networking. You may not gain not a potential client, but you get a tip. I said, oh, okay, let me just go for this direction then. Effective networking starts with identifying key industry events, conferences, groups where potential clients gather, using LinkedIn to connect with industry peers, and joining relevant online communities also broadens one's professional circle. Following up with the new connections, whether through personalized email or coffee meetings, builds stronger relationships over time. Networking isn't just about gaining contacts. It's about creating mutually beneficial relationships. By actively engaging and sharing expertise, professionals can position themselves as valuable sources, fostering trust and enhancing their influences within their industry.
One of the other pieces puzzle is the networking, your online image, staff, product, customers. There's another layer, and we see this in the automotive industry a lot. You will have extremely high-end vehicles and then the less high-end. And not that the less high-end are any less worthwhile. Just one means you're going to be spending more for some more trinkets and a better feel. They put a brand distinction between the two levels. And I've looked at some cars as they're driving down the road and I'm going, I know that's a high-end car, but the chassis of that car is that model over there. And that model over there is $30,000 less. And that chassis wasn't so good to start off with. Good luck with that one. And the other cars, I'm going, yeah, if the lower end model is sufficient, what I have to do. Assuming I'm not showing up in a parade or trying to drive a chauffeur around in a high-end car. How do you keep the brand? You have this kind of split within the automotive industry. You could have a higher end, like a premium service and a standard service. How do you keep the brand from diluting itself or causing confusion?
So when you go to car dealer, the good example, why you go to certain cars, certain brand, the reason being is consistency and quality. You go to, after certain brand, you know that you tried before, your father tried before, your cousin tried before, and then they're all happy with the same brand. But you don't go to the other one because that brand is not a good brand. You know that. Brand basically just communication between the buyer and the seller, saying that I am the good quality, I am the right product for you. Consistent branding begins with a clear, well-defined brand message. vision and core values that resonate with the business's target audience. This foundation guides every element of branding, from logos and color schemes to the tone of communications and content. I work with clients to craft and refine these elements so they reflect brand's identity at every touch point. This is important. For instance, all customer interactions, whether through social media, emails, or in store, must reinforce the same principles and tone, creating a cohesive experience. You are sending an email. Every employee should be sending with the same signature type and the information provided. Not each one is sending something different to their just liking. So this is also unique quality for sending to everyone the same, saying that we are all the same quality at the same page employees. A consistent brand involves standardizing visual assets and messaging in marketing campaigns, product packaging, and customer service. Imagine you are buying a product from Amazon, their tape, box, website, everyone just giving the same image to you. Amazon, 20, 30 years ago, they were on Amazon. Right now, people easily buy from Amazon. Why? They know that if they don't like it, they can return it easily. They even come to your door and pick it up. I don't go to Canada Post anymore. This ensures that regardless of where a customer encounters the brand, they recognize it immediately. We regularly review branding to ensure it evolves as needed while staying true to core values. Ultimately, maintaining a consistent brand identity helps build customer trust, loyalty, and long-term recognition.
In your introduction, you mentioned you're a revenue officer.
Hmm.
And that's one of the newer taglines for me. Can you tell me some financial management mistakes that business owners are overlooking?
This is a very good point. Several people just asked me this question about when you say the chief revenue officer, oh, is it tax, revenue? I said, no, not that type. I am the guy making sure that you make good revenue. I'm not on the tax side, so it's not my business or not the financial. My involvement just increasing the dollars in the bank. This is what chief revenue officer does. Many small businesses struggle with financial management, often due to limited resources and a lack of structured processes. Overlooking cash flow is one of the biggest challenges. Even profitable businesses can face difficulties if cash flow isn't adequately managed. This can lead to cash shortages that disrupt operations. Another common issue is understanding expenses, especially hidden costs like taxes, insurance, or fluctuating supplier prices, which can strain budgets unexpectedly. Small businesses also frequently fail to track key financial metrics such as profit margins, return on investments, and accounts receivable turnover. Regularly reviewing budgets, monitoring expenses, and maintaining financial reserves helps businesses prepare for unexpected costs and seize growth opportunities when they arise. By implementing clear, proactive financial management practices, small businesses can avoid unnecessary risk, position themselves for sustainable growth. Back to your question, we are not directly just dealing with the finance, but we are making sure that company just on the same page for the operation, manufacturing, and finance. If you don't have money, then you cannot operate your business.
So to push out the message, the marketing effort is a key piece here then. How do you balance then, if you're a startup, you got to spend your funds wisely, right? But if you're a large company, you're talking about cash flow crunch. Now you have to spend your funds wisely. You just can't slam it against the wall and hope that there's enough weight that it'll cause everybody to pay attention. How do you provide that balance between the marketing piece and the push? Because you got to pay attention to what's happening in production floor. You got to be able to buy raw materials. You got to pay your crew on time, right? You got to make sure the tax man's happy. And all these things. Some things are on the doorstep. Some things you can delay. How do you balance that out, and how do you throttle it so that you're not overextending one area and just going, I made a mistake. It's tripping.
So basically, you want to know my essential marketing channels, correct? In today's digital age, small businesses can achieve significant reach and engagement through strategic use of digital marketing channels. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn offer opportunities for businesses to connect with their target audience, share content, and build brand awareness. Search engine optimization. So SEO is crucial, ensuring the business appears in relevant search result and drives organic traffic. Organic again, Bernie.
Mhm.
So email campaigns provide cost-effective way to nurture leads and then maintain engagement with existing customers. You just prepare and send it through a software, which is not that costly. Additionally, local SEO, especially for service-based businesses, boost visibility in regional searches, making it easier to attract nearby clients, which we call it geofencing, such as you can say, I want only around Ottawa or just in Ontario. So then there's no need to pay for your hard-earned money on marketing in Saskatchewan that you don't even offer service, right? So depending on the business type, targeted ads on social media or Google can also expand reach effectively. Focusing on a few key channel allows businesses to maximize their marketing budget, while consistent messaging helps build a strong online presence and reinforces brand identity.
Oh, good.
Depending on the business type, targeted ads on social media or Google can also expand reach effectively. Focusing on a few key channels allows businesses to maximize their marketing budget, while consistent messaging helps build a strong online presence and reinforces brand identity.
You mentioned Saskatchewan. What is your geography? What areas do you serve?
Okay, after COVID, everything has changed. I am remote. I have clients in Ottawa helping them, but I have clients in Europe. One client I'm helping, and then I have clients in the United States. So then it doesn't matter where they are as long as we are doing business. I have clients from Europe, which I go after because I know their language, what they're looking for. And coming to Canada and US, I help them establish their business successfully here. It doesn't have to be just a European company, Canadian or American company. Even Latin Americans, if they're planning to sell to Canada and US, I help them.
So if you want to go to that coffee shop,
Mhm.
where are you within 15 minutes of?
Okay. I guess you're trying to locate me where I am, right?
Sure.
Geofencing. Bernie, sometimes I forget that you're a marketing executive as well. I live in Aylmer, Quebec, which is Gatineau, the other side of the river. I'm close to Ottawa downtown and Westboro area. People knows Ottawa. So basically, I'm based in Ottawa.
Now, if there are like 2 or 3 highlight points you want to help people focus on
Mhm.
to maximize their revenue in their operation, what are the top elements that you want to leave them with a solid note? And if they're going to do follow up, they're going to reach out to you.
The most important ones. Clear strategy and alignment is number one, because growth starts with a well-defined strategy that aligns with company's core values. Businesses should have clear goals, a roadmap for achieving them, and a structured approach to change management. This keeps everyone focused and moving in the same direction, preventing costly missteps as company grows. So the other thing is, for me, it is like number one. So I can just easily say, because most people sometimes not looking at this direction, but importance of customer experience. Even though you have the best product in the world, but if the customer's experience with you is not good, then don't expect lots of success. So delivering a great customer experience boosts retention, referrals, and long-term success. Listening to customer feedback, making improvements, and prioritizing customer satisfactions are key to building lasting relationships. And then the last one, which is very important, staying adaptable, as I said, in a dynamic market is changing so rapidly. And if you insist still, I'm going to use 25 years old technology, sorry about that, you are just late in the game. Adaptability and resilience allow businesses to respond to market changes, ensuring they remain relevant, and encouraging a learning-driven, flexible culture helps businesses navigate uncertainties, confidentiality, and seize new opportunities. Always, businesses needs to be on the lookout. My product is right, satisfying the needs, or there are new products coming into market.
How do we reach you, Al?
You can reach on LinkedIn, Al Guvener, or send an email to me, al at 1277 is it number, ventures.ca.
Thank you to Al Guvener, my co-host Wayne Pratt, and you, the Knack for Business listeners. If you're looking to maximize your revenues, it's not just one piece. It's the art of making the widget, promoting the widget, selling the widget, customer experience with the widget. So you have to have a widget experience expert in the space, the whole 9 yards. You want to know that person? His name is Al. Reach out to Al.
To reach the podcast hosts, email them at info@creativeinsight.com or by the website creativeinsight.com, spelled KREATIVINSIGHT.com. To reach Wayne at his email, wayne@motive8u.ca, that is MOTIVE, the numeral 8 and the letter u.ca, or his website, motive8u.ca. If you would like to be a guest on this podcast and share your knowledge, let us know. We would also appreciate your feedback on the content or format. Check the show notes for more details. For these podcasts, we like to acknowledge the support and thanks to the following people: Carl Richards from Podcast Solutions Made Simple, a renowned podcast expert; Fred Crouch, who is the Property Wizard podcaster, where Bernie is a co-host; Jovan Strika from Hive, a co-working space that is more than just a space; then Melanie Weber, Bernie's invaluable business partner; and Wayne Pratt from Motivate You Inc., who serves as both a coach and co-host of these podcasts. Disclaimer. Please note that the Knack for Business podcast episodes are meant solely for educational and general informational purposes. The information and opinions contained within are not intended to be professional advice on any subject matter. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the participants are their own personal beliefs and do not represent the views of the podcast hosts or any affiliated organizations. It is important to note that this podcast is not a replacement for consulting with certified experts in your area who possess knowledge of your unique situation. The hosts of the podcast, along with any participants or affiliated groups, do not take responsibility for any actions taken or not taken based on the information presented in this episode. It is highly recommended that individuals seek guidance from their own personal advisors in fields such as accounting, law, or other pertinent areas prior to undertaking any actions or making decisions that may impact their financial, legal, or other aspects of life.